Do I look like a glass of sangria? I really hope so, because today on Quarantine But Cute, we are welcoming Kelly Ann Coyle and Brian Sedita. They are the team behind Broadway by the Glass. They design and create custom menus, signature cocktails, and host cocktail parties and workshops inspired by Broadway and other theatrical subjects. On their blog, they host interview-style cocktail workshops for companies, for brands, and performers with opening night signature drinks. So they've been lifelong friends. We met on Clubhouse. I mean, where the hell else am I meeting anybody these days? And they create awesome memories. And today we're going to talk Broadway. We're going to make a big ass glass of sangria because Lord knows, honey, I need it. And we're going to be doing this with 3 different blocks, which is so awesome because Instagram now has that feature and I haven't used it yet. So thank you so much for joining Quarantine But Cute. And we're going to get fruity and springy. So stand by. I got to come around. Here I come. Slowly, hoping not to knock everything off. All right. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Wigs are just giving me life lately, y'all. Okay. Brian!
Hey, can you see me? It says it's connecting.
It's connecting. It's giving me a little swirl moment. Let me get Kellyanne in here and get this wig out of my eyeball, and here we'll go.
Amazing.
There you are!
Hello.
Hi! I'm so excited to finally see you. I've only seen photos and been talking to Kelly. Hi!
Hello!
Hi! Oh my god, the dogs are freaking out. Hold on.
They're excited. They're excited to make some drinks.
So I think what we're going to have to do is Bodie is going to have to be
Oh my god, hi.
in the show today. Quiet, Rex. So let's
He's like a little Toto.
He is a little Toto. He's super tiny. But let's talk a little bit about Broadway by the Glass before we make our cocktails. And also, did you see?
That's huge.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be mostly fruit.
Uh-huh.
Incredible. I love it.
So I love this setup. I love seeing 2 people at once. It's very exciting.
It is. And it makes it so much easier for us because I'm in Jersey. I'm actually on my lunch break, so I'm going to be sporting our mocktail option.
Okay.
The city will be doing the alcoholic version.
All right. Well, let me get behind the bar and let's talk a little bit about how Broadway by the Glass was formed because I love the idea, and who doesn't love a good cocktail or mocktail?
Yeah.
Tell
Brian,
us.
go ahead.
So we're both bartenders. We're lifelong friends, as you mentioned earlier, and we both have a passion for Broadway and theater. And so we decided to marry 2 things that both bring people together, booze and Broadway. So we create custom inspired Broadway cocktails based on shows, personalities, you name it, anything theatrical, we'll make a drink for it. But Kelly had the idea back in October and posted it to like close friends on her story. And I was like, oh my gosh, I actually had this idea a while ago. I just didn't think I had enough time to really commit to it. But then, some time freed up in my life and we decided to go into this venture together.
Yeah.
So smart. And that was October during COVID.
Yeah.
Wow.
When drinking was, a little more free.
That's true. I definitely have slowed down. Well, I didn't have a lot of drinks at first. And then as we were like, oh my God, this shit is still happening, the drinkage went up. And so hence I don't buy a bottle of wine anymore. I just buy a box.
Oh,
yes.
Election time. So, drinking was definitely in the mix.
Got a call. It's crazy today. Okay, so you guys have been like forever. Bodie's on the bar now as our bartender. He's freaking out. He hears one sound and he loses his mind.
Oh, yeah. Kelly, preschool together all the way through senior year of high school.
Aw, I love that. So, like, how is it working together as friends? Do you guys ever get stressed out?
Not really. It's like you would think, but Brian and I, like, if we don't agree on something, we come to a solution real quick. You know what I mean? We don't ever like fight about anything because we're both good at what we do, so either one of us, like, all of our ideas are good. So it's just like we
I
figure it
don't
out.
think that like we're making drinks, we're not curing cancer. It's like never take yourself too seriously. I love when people say that. But also just for like our friendship, we haven't really worked together in so many years, like since high school. I mean,
Right.
we've stayed best friends throughout college, even though we didn't go to the same college. So it was really nice to actually like have a consistent line of communication where we're pretty much talking every day again.
I love
Yeah.
that. So, okay, before we get started, what is your favorite cocktail, Brian?
Ooh, I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy, so I'm a
Okay.
huge bourbon drinker. So that's my favorite. Any like a twist or a spin on an old-fashioned.
And for you, Kelly?
Okay, so it changes
She goes,
depending on the season. Like, there's not a lot of things that I don't like. Right now, I've been very into like mezcal Negronis.
mm.
So,
I love sangria though, and I love that you picked that because we're doing it with white wine, so it's going to be a lot lighter. So,
mhm.
should we start with the mocktail, Brian, and then get drunk, or should we make the boozy one and then sober up with the mocktail?
I'm gonna do it like concurrent with you guys, so like at the same
Okay.
time, just do it together, and I'll just say if
Yeah,
Kelly will lead
we'll
it.
paddle.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
go back. Well,
Perfect.
but first, what's your favorite cocktail?
Anything with alcohol in it.
Okay,
No,
Sick.
I honestly just love a classic margarita or I love sangria. So that's kind of
Mm.
where I'm at. My dog, look at this. He's putting his hand in my shirt. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be a day where I have to hold my dog.
It's
So
all
I'm just
right.
I love the
okay.
pastel vibe you got going too.
Thank you. I try to make it as springy as I could. And I also want people to know that we are fundraising for Broadway Cares. If you're interested in donating even just $1, you can click below. It'll take you out of the chat and then it'll bring you back into the video if you're interested in donating. So many of our theater brothers and sisters and just everybody has suffered because of COVID. So we want to give back. So I appreciate all of you being here. And let's get to it. Tell me what to do. I got all the things.
Yay! All right, first things first, we're going to muddle whatever fruit you chose to muddle. So that could be strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, any type of berry.
We're gonna go over the ingredient list first. So Kelly, why don't you go over
Oh yeah, you're right.
the alcoholic
Okay,
ingredient?
yes, so for the cocktail, for our springy sangria, we have a white wine, preferably something sweet. I have just a classic Sauv Blanc. Perfect. Sauv Blanc is always my go-to for sangria. And then you can have a second alcohol like brandy. I'm doing an apple brandy. So that could be, oh, look, she's got it. Perfect. You
I
could do
got a
apricot.
vodka infused with mango and pineapple.
Ooh, that sounds delish. Yeah, you can also do stuff like elderflower liqueur, even triple sec, anything that's a little bit lighter, maybe some Pims. Anyway, and then we have our topper, which is going to be club soda or prosecco. Could be either or.
Got it.
And then all of the fruit. So for me, I chose some apples. I'm going to muddle strawberries. I love how lemon tastes with Sauv Blanc, so I'm throwing in some lemon.
Ooh,
I
okay.
also chopped up some lime, some orange just to throw in there. So,
Okay. I have some little mandarins.
Oh,
ooh, perfect.
those are amazing. And then the non-alcoholic mocktail version is the same thing, but instead of the wine, I'm using grape juice. And then, of course, another kind of juice. I'm using pineapple. For my club soda, I'm going coconut club soda.
Ooh.
And then I have a lemon, strawberries, and I do have a peach. I'm not sure how I feel about the peach right now, but I feel like lemon and strawberry.
Muddle the peach.
Yeah. So it's
Ooh.
the same kind of thing, but instead of the wine, we're just replacing it with the grape juice, and instead of the brandy or other liqueur, another juice.
I love
Awesome.
it. Okay. Here we go.
Let's
get
do it.
Let's do it. So muddling to start. So pick
Yes.
your fruits
Okay.
and put them in a cocktail shaker or any glass that you're muddling in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a thick glass, something that's not gonna crack when you muddle, you know?
I literally have the worst thing you could possibly do, which is a metal spoon with glass.
Okay, so you're just gonna be very, very careful. Do not use all of your strength.
I'm so loud.
And so when you muddle, what I like to do is I push down and give it a little twist at the end.
Okay.
So we really get all the juice out there. Oh wow, and that just, I love strawberries. I could just eat this pulp right now.
As long as I look skinny while I'm doing this, that's all I care about.
Yes, it makes you flex like, you know, your little biceps, triceps. So
Thanks, bitch. And like that on Clubhouse. Like, how crazy is that whole world?
I know.
You are just killing that Clubhouse game. You really are. I mean, like, just the types of rooms you create and the energy and the space that you give is really inviting and welcoming. So I just want to thank you for that space.
Thank you.
For real.
I want to keep our community, especially too, with, entertainment. I want a space where we can all connect and like really collaborate. So many of us have been out of work and recreating our lives and mindsets, and we've had to move, we've had to give up things and people and past stories, right? So it's a great way to workshop ideas and not feel like a failure.
Right.
No, for real.
I was saying in a couple rooms that I'm interested now in what's the step after Clubhouse? How do we take what we've created, the relationships we've made and the connections, and kind of bring them to real life? So like, that's kind of like, I love this idea that you have in bringing us on here, is because we formed this connection through Clubhouse, and it's kind of, actually circling back to, why a lot of people are on Clubhouse, to make connections and meet new people and form relationships.
Yeah, and to really, can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the
Now we
screen
can.
is out. But yeah, like, to really like say something and do it obviously is another thing. And so people are really doing it. And we got a donation for $5 to Broadway Cares.
Yay! Thanks, guys.
Okay. So I know you guys don't have a ton of time. So let's get through this first one and we can chat about Broadway and like some of the shows you guys have been a part of and all the things. So let me know what's next.
Okay, so we just muddled whatever fruit. Now let's get some liquids in there. So our white wine. Now, this is the best part about making cocktails at home. You can make it as strong or as light as you want. I would say if you're going for like a classic sangria you're going to get at a restaurant, you're going to do like 6-ish ounces of wine. So for me, because I have to work the rest of the day, I'm going to do 4-ish ounces of wine.
I'm pouring from the box, y'all.
There you go.
Black Box, if you want to sponsor me, let me know.
Hey.
And
I know somebody who got sponsored by Boda Box, so it's possible.
And same thing. So for me, I'm putting that grape juice in at this point. You could use apple juice. You could use any juice. It's your mocktail.
Mm-hmm.
Can I put a little? So I'm going to put a little bit of the, let's see. I'm going to put a little bit of the pineapple juice in the sangria.
Yep.
Delish.
The same thing.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah. And then I'm going to add 1 ounce of my apple brandy.
Okay.
Any flavored brandy would be good. Apricot, apple, peach schnapps, anything like that.
Okay, great.
Oh, it smells good.
What's nice about Sauv Blanc is that it's got a lot of grapefruit notes usually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say hi to everybody while we're doing this.
Yeah.
There's so many people that joined the chat. Thank you all for being on Quarantine But Cute. So have you guys just been doing like a ton of Zoom stuff with the business?
We've been doing Zooms, Instagram Lives, other platforms as well recently, which is really cool.
Clubhouse.
So this is what my drink looks like so far.
It looks
gorgeous. I love it.
So I have the mango pineapple vodka, a little bit of ice, some muddled strawberries. I threw in some apple, and then I have the mango pineapple vodka.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so now what? Just keep throwing in fruit?
Yeah. So I first am going to shake mine because I need it to be extra diluted because homegirl has to work. But for you guys at home, you can totally just be building this in a glass, or you can shake it, or you can stir it, whatever floats your boat.
I'm literally going to be tanked.
I went ahead and strained mine, and I put a couple pieces of fruit in there so that it still looks nice.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous. I love it. So if you guys don't have a shaker at home, that is totally fine. You can take 2 cups that are around the same size. Just make sure the one that you're pouring into is bigger, or at least the same size. And you can just go like this and pour it back and forth. So that's an easy hack if you don't have a shaker, because it does the same thing.
I do. Like
So
college
easy.
style. If I don't have a shaker, I can't find it, I'm like, boop, boop.
Exactly.
But you guys are like real bartenders.
What's that?
Aren't you guys real bartenders as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude,
Oh no.
are you it, or are you kind of like, wait, I need a break, people are awful when they're drunk?
It depends. And it depends what kind of bar you work at.
Yes.
You know, like, yeah.
Hey, but
Brian works at a small town
crowd
bar,
is-
so he has a different crowd than my cigar lounge in New York City, you know?
Gotcha. Ooh, that sounds fun though.
It is fun.
I just had to taste this for a second just to see if I was on the right track. This is so good.
Oh, even the non-alcoholic version's good.
Yeah,
I love a mocktail.
I don't know how I'm going to consume this without passing out in like 4 minutes after.
So what do you have planned for the rest of the day?
I have some stuff on Clubhouse, some stuff on Clubhouse, some stuff on Clubhouse, and then I have a Zoom call. But it's all like fun comedy stuff, so it's gonna be fun.
The important thing is it doesn't seem like you have to drive, so
No.
that's
There
important.
you go.
This is my life now.
Where are you? You're in Florida?
I'm in the North Georgia woods.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I like
Literally in the woods.
really cool reveal.
You like that?
Yeah.
My dog is being so sweet, Bodhi. This is the way to do shows because he's just sitting here, but
Aw.
otherwise it's not a good scene. I love him so much, but he will bark.
Well, he
Oh,
sees food.
baby.
He wants food.
He won't eat it. Nervous.
Okay, so I just strained mine. I threw a bunch of oranges and apples, and I'm gonna put some fruit on the side to make it all pretty.
And the last, we're going to take our bubbly, so either your club soda, your Prosecco, and we're going to top it off. Give it some nice spritzing vibe.
Ooh.
And I'm just gonna squeeze a lemon and throw it in there, but that's just my preference. I love some lemon in my
Also, I
sangria.
love coconut seltzer, so that's why I used it.
So yum.
This is ridiculous.
All right, here she is.
Give it a little
Cheers!
stir.
Yay! Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to everybody.
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day. It doesn't even feel like Wednesday today. I don't know what day it feels like.
Yeah, I have no idea. This whole week is just wild. Okay, let's taste.
Yo, this is so good.
It's amazing.
Oh, baby.
Really quickly, I know that you just made the mocktail, so I'm just going to emulate it one more time.
Okay.
So it's an ice cube, some white grape juice,
Yep.
some pineapple juice.
Yep.
I'm just going to throw some strawberries. Obviously, I didn't muddle these.
Throw it in there. Throw it in there.
Throw some more mandarins, grape, and a little bit of splashy splash. And then I'll give it a stir.
Well, she's a pro. She just did that in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, for real. You can be a bartender.
Mocktail.
Okay, so here's a cute little
Ooh.
hack if people want like Instagram worthy drinks. If you take a strawberry and you cut a little V on top,
Oh,
so
yeah.
like, and then it'll make a heart.
Oh.
And then you can have little hearts in your drink.
Cute. Well, this one I'm just going to do on the side because
There you go. Gorgeous.
so funny when you said like white grape juice, pineapple juice. Like, I don't drink a lot of juice. I drink like mostly water. But I will say it's so refreshing. And I think instead of me like day drinking by the pool this year, I'll have just some like mocktails by the pool.
Yes, and you can get so clever with the mocktails with simple syrups that are infused with like fresh herbs and spices and different kinds of sugars. You can really get creative with it. It's really cool.
I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you guys so much. Also, like, I wanted, before we go, I want to talk more about how people can get in touch with you. And also, like, I want to know your feelings on everything that happened this past year. I want to know a little bit about how you've been able to cope with that. And also for anybody watching, if you want to donate to Broadway Cares, you can click below. Someone gave us a $5 donation. Super exciting. You know, we're not affiliated with them in any way. I just love that foundation. And I also believe giving back and paying it forward is the way to go. And I just kind of randomly was like, wait, we should donate like last minute. And I kind of like that energy sometimes. So if anyone wants to donate, you can click below and you can go out of Instagram and then it'll bring you back. But tell me a little bit about like how it's been for you all and what you were doing before COVID as well.
Sure. So I'll start it off.
Yeah.
I'm a performer in New York City, so that just stopped. Like,
Yeah.
I remember being at one of the last auditions, which was the Hairspray non-union national tour, and people started lining up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and literally, like, we sat outside. I got there, I think, at 5, and we sat outside all morning. Hundreds and hundreds of people stuffed into Pearl Studios, and that was probably a mass COVID spreader because it was right before everything shut down.
Wow. I didn't even think about it like that, you know, because we didn't really know. Like, I was in Puerto Rico March 5th, and someone called me around the 8th and said, Broadway's like going to shut down. Like, don't come back. Because I've been living in New York the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy, but go ahead.
Yeah. So, you know, everything stopped and we all thought we would be back within a couple of weeks. You know, the dance studios closed, everything just, so, and we were in the middle of audition season. So everybody kind of just was like, what do we do now? And for me, like the first couple months were really difficult and I was coping with like just working out constantly, taking like as many virtual classes, like not giving myself a break. Yeah, because it just was like
insane.
Yeah.
Like in a good way.
Yeah, and it was crazy. And then like, you know, I can't sit still as a person. So Brian and I started Broadway by the Glass, and I think both of us, like, and I probably am speaking for many people, we realized like from like where our place of privilege is and like how we can give back. So we've been trying to do some stuff like that. I've been volunteering a lot. I also work for the Alzheimer's Association, or I volunteer for them. So that for me was like what really I came out with in quarantine was like, I am very privileged and I want to be able to help as many people as I can. So how can I like put more good into the world, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
And then I went to school for acting, but I kind of transitioned out of chasing that as a career, and I work full-time at my local library.
Oh, I love that.
And I was
You're like a hot librarian.
Right. I'm not a librarian. Having been to library school, you need a master's in library science actually to be considered a librarian.
Wow.
But
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I always thought you were a librarian.
Nope.
Just for working there? Yep.
Oh,
you didn't know that? Oh my God, I love you.
Technically, I think like a library assistant is like the position's title. I don't even know what my title is. But I have my podcast on the Broadway Podcast Network, Page to Stage, where we talk with people in the theater industry about their process. And so what we try and focus on, our mission is to really spotlight people in the industry who haven't been heard from, such as designers. We talk with people from advertising and marketing and dramaturgs, all these people that like aren't taking center stage. So we try to shine a spotlight on them. So I've stayed in the Broadway community in that sense. And then, of course, when Kelly and I started this, that was a great way to also keep the theater passion alive and stay in the Broadway community. But really, I've so enjoyed getting to work with Kelly again, especially so like frequently we talk now, which is amazing. I mean,
Like
it was
literally all the time.
like college. We were always in communication, but we talk like a million times a day now. This is like our baby, which is really amazing that we have this together. But I love the charity aspect of what we've been doing. Kelly, like she mentioned, the Alzheimer's Association. She's going to be doing some charity events through Broadway by the Glass to raise money for her campaign, which is awesome. Over the next couple of months, there's some really cool people in the Broadway community that have volunteered to donate their time to us to do a cocktail workshop. And so I'm looking forward to, really just like fostering this, our brand and like what we're creating and kind of rallying our tribe of people that love booze and Broadway. And when Broadway comes back, I look forward to the amazing opportunities that I'm sure are going to come out of working so hard during this time on something so many people miss.
Don't you feel like all of us have been working 10 times harder than we did before?
Yes. Yep. And like, it's like, it's not even just like a theatrical Broadway space kind of thing. It's like, even in my job, I feel the same way. I felt like I worked 10 times harder when I had to work from home for the first couple of months. I mean, I've been back in my office since May.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
We're a public library. So, we're opening to the public in 2 weeks. Finally, we've just been staff at this point working in the office. But I do feel like we've really like stepped up the game and what we need to provide like while we're closed. So it's like everybody has that mindset now, which is great because there's so many things that are coming out of it. But then again, like you really need to take the time to go on vacation, to take some days off, to like clear your mind, like not work, because I feel like I'm constantly, and Kelly, I don't even know how Kelly does it. She also started another business in October, around the time that we started Broadway by the Glass. And I don't know how she juggles it all as well. It's really like our schedules are always so packed.
Yeah.
So what's the self-care time you have prepped for the future or for now?
Well, that's a great question. We're going to Disney World not next week, the week after.
Together?
So I'm going down.
I'm
going down with my boyfriend for the first couple days, and Kelly's going to come meet us. We all went to school together, so
I invited myself to their vacation hardcore.
And we warmly opened our arms and said, you said it, you're coming down. So we're going to spend some time down in Disney and make some Disney on Broadway themed cocktails for that time.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
What other self-care things do we have?
For me personally,
you're not wrong. Like, I'm telling you, for someone who created a show and has been doing it now for over a year since COVID started, I don't get paid for my show. Not yet.
Not yet.
I do it because it brings me joy. And it brings joy to other people.
That's it.
I think that's what COVID did for us, is it really helped us sit down and go, well, what makes me really happy? Because money will never make you happy. It'll buy you nice things and it'll help pay your bills and maybe help others, and that's wonderful. But it won't make you happy the way finding a passion will bring you joy, so you can share that with others and share your light too.
And so many people in like our circle have lost what they are passionate about in the past year. And I know so many people I've at least heard so many people deciding not to return to the industry when COVID is over and stuff like that. And I feel so like, it's just so disappointing and so sad that this all happened. And of course, everybody's circumstances are different, but I mean, to lose that sort of passion, it's just so sad.
Let's reframe it. Maybe some people aren't losing it. Maybe they're realizing they didn't want it as bad as they thought they wanted it, and it's taking the pressure off them, and they're going to create something else.
Hey, I totally feel that.
I like
that's
that.
Totally been that's really, you encapsulated how I feel actually. But I had that transition period before COVID,
Totally. Yeah. So it's such a hard thing to like nail, right? Because like you said, it's all relative to the individual. But for me, I had this sort of stigma that if I was an actor, I couldn't be a host, you know, or if
Mm.
I was a host, how could I do acting? How could I also sell Kangen water, my side business? How could I also be a voice actor? And it's really just about blocking my time, being in the flow and honoring my energy and watching where that energy flows, right? Where the mind goes, energy flows. So if you have this mindset that your passion is gone or your passion is this or that, like your energy is going to flow to that mindset. And so to stop and take a minute to figure out what you want is such a blessing. And we were able to do that with COVID, despite the tragedy, despite that it's still going on. Like for people who are privileged and have access, like we've got to recognize that as well. Not everybody can sit and think about their passions and can pursue them for whatever reason. So to be a light and also recognize that people that are less fortunate than us may not be able to make that choice to just switch a career, you know, and honor and lift those people up and give them a voice. That's what you all are doing as well through what you're doing. Through Broadway by the Glass, through working with the organizations that you're working with. And so I wanted to shine some light on you because people may want to get involved with you, you know? So that's really what it's about is like, for me, it's about the collaboration. It's about being super truthful about who I am and what I want. And if I don't know in that moment, that's okay too.
Yeah, and we totally encourage anybody who sees what we're doing and is interested in working with us, you could DM us on Instagram, find us on Facebook and at our website. We have a contact page with our email address. And we, like you said earlier, we host these workshops, do private parties, create. My dream is when Broadway comes back that we do like an opening night cocktail to a show, or
Yay!
like a menu for a Broadway show's bar. I mean, that would be insane.
Yeah,
What's your
and we
favorite?
have
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
we have our first in-person cocktail event coming up, so we're like so excited.
Mm.
And yeah, so hopefully that'll more of those will be popping up, and we're both fully vaccinated, so it's like it's cool. But
Do you guys have Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson and Johnson?
Moderna for me.
same.
No side effects?
A
We
week
both had bad side effects.
after the second one, yeah.
Yeah,
Mine didn't
I
happen
had it after the first
faster.
two.
I got a fever a week later.
I'm
Crazy.
Kind
scared.
of crazy.
I'm on a
Yeah,
list.
everybody's
I'm
different.
on a list.
You're gonna get it.
You got this.
You're gonna
It's
get
gonna
it.
be
We'll
so
see.
great.
But tell me before we go, what is your favorite Broadway memory
Oh
and how we can find you,
my God.
how people can reach out?
Um,
Bodhi's making noises.
this is so hard. I mean, like when you privileged lived right outside of New York City our whole lives, we grew up going to see shows in middle school, high school, and I stayed here for college as well. So I've seen a lot of shows, but I'm gonna stay cocktail themed, and I've mentioned this before, like in some Broadway by the Glass, like when people have interviewed us before. But I think it's appropriate to drinking. But when I went to the opening night of Be More Chill, I thought it was really cool to see that they had a cocktail. It was called a Squiptini. It was like a Mountain Dew cocktail, which, okay, Mountain Dew. And dry ice in it. So it looked like it was smoking and haze was coming out of it. And it was just like this really cool thing that was themed after the Broadway show. And that's kind of the moment that I thought I'd want to start this kind of a business in creating these cocktails.
I love that. I briefly worked for Catherine Adler, the producer. So that's so wild. I was actually at like one of the very first like table reads.
Wow.
Before it was even previewed. So that was wild.
Yeah, we're actually doing tomorrow a live with Troy Iwata, and we created a Be More Chill inspired cocktail. He was one of the swings for the show.
Nice. I love that. And Kelly, your favorite memory
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. There's so many. One that comes to mind right now is it's just like an exhilarating memory. My friend was able to get us standing room tickets for Hamilton because he knew somebody in the show. And I was coming from Jersey and it was rush hour. So I'm on the bus and I'm in the Lincoln Tunnel and I don't know what time the show starts. Maybe let's say it's 7. It's like 6:45 and I'm still in the Lincoln Tunnel.
Dude,
I
that's
was
the
in the Lincoln
worst.
Tunnel until 6:53 and then finally got into Port Authority, and my ass is sprinting to Hamilton. I got in at the literal last second as I got to my standing spot. The lights went down and it started.
Wow.
And so I had no time to like, adjust or anything. I walked in and boom, Hamilton. And it was like, I could not, like, I was, thank God I had a standing room seat because I was like jamming the whole
Yeah.
time. And I just like was so in it because it was literally like I walked in and was boom in the world.
It's so
So
intense.
yeah.
I won front row tickets to the show through the app.
Oh my gosh.
That
I mean,
never happens.
But
they're
but you
so
I
bad.
won Harry Potter.
We saw that together, Ellie and I.
You guys, I would do Today Ticks and enter all the contests. Like that was my thing. But also my credit card bill like shows thousands of dollars of shows that I paid as well. Like Dear Evan Hansen, I saw Ben Platt when he was still like it was his last week on Broadway.
Write it off.
Wow.
Write it off.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if I can now. It's too late. But I wonder, I think
Oh.
I did. I think I did a couple years ago. But anyway, I love you guys so much.
Wait, we have a question for you. If you could share a cocktail with any Broadway personality, living or dead, who would it be?
Patti LuPone.
That's a common answer.
It is.
That was-
Idea Denzel. I mean, no, okay. I'm gonna say Ben Platt. Because I know I went backwards, but Patti LuPone I thought of instantly just because legend. But also Ben, like reinvigorated my desire to act. And when I saw him perform, I just can't even explain it. Like it was the most visceral, connected experience I've ever had. When an actor's connecting, and he does it every night. And theater is so different than film and television, and I do both and respect both. But the thing about theater is to be able to be so present every single night with every single person in the room and make it almost as if they're performing just for you and they're just reaching you. It's magic.
A sea of people, but it feels like they're speaking to you directly. Yeah, I
It's
love
magic.
Yeah.
It's magic. So I appreciate that question. Yes, Ben Platt, if you're watching, I love you. Call me.
Yes, let's put it out there.
Put it out in the universe. My dogs are freaking out. Thank you so much for being on Quarantine But Cute. Kelly Ann Coyle, Brian Sedita, check them out, Broadway by the Glass. And thank you all for being here. And
Yay!
hold on. Cheers.
Cheers.
One more sip. All right. See you later. Bye, y'all.
Bye.